Welcome back to Black Butler Anime Review, episode number 12. We're here reviewing episode 53, His Butler Final Match. This episode covers chapters 78, 79, and most of chapter 80. So, here's what happens. We have two different things going on here. Let's talk with Sebastian first. He is chasing the headmaster. He's finally reached where he is. And he gets there. He's not there. Like, oh crap, he's on the ground. I was like, oh, he's there. Goes down location. He's moved. And then he's like over here. Then he chases him with towers. Like, then he started using demon movements. Yes, demon movements. Which, this is probably going to be the first episode this whole season to mention the fact that Sebastian is a demon. Yeah, something they brought up a lot throughout the first few seasons of the show, that fact he is a demon. I mean, you watch this arc so far, it just seems like barely magic is used or anything associated with Black Butler. This one, no. So he chases all over the place, and he just loads loose and he gets back to the game. Meanwhile, though, Cecile comes with some ingenious strategies. So they have it where one point where all greenhouse are distracted by beautiful ladies, all because they show off their sexy legs, and then they get routed out to the bobbies, and they're basically escorted out by the former drudge of the prefect of Red House. Yep. So then another strategy they use is, let's do like a bunting strategy, except do it in a particular way where somehow, just by sheer coincidence, they somehow miss the people in the back, and they end up scoring. And everybody else, basically, of course, they bet a particular way where they basically except for the prefect. At one point, you have prefect versus prefect, and at one point, you have the prefect of Greenhouse. His cricket bat is very close to Seal's face. The first time he swings it. Second time it actually hits the steel, causing the bleed. Which makes it the first time we actually see blood in this particular season. Yep. Now, if you're curious, is his arc being censored for blood? No. That is not the reason why, basically, that it's like that. It's like, you have some exciting stuff happening, but it seems like a very non-magical story. This one. It's like no demon, no whatever basically we have first few seasons of the show. It's like, that's not here. Not at all. And that's not the Fargo Club works, or whoever did these seasons so far. That is the fault of the manga. That's basically what the thing is this one. So eventually, the second time he hits him, and Cecile proceeds to pick the ball up, so being basically hit in the head. And he throws it and gets somebody out, and his team wins by 1 point. And at one point, they actually have where they think that the people were cheating before this whole match happened. And like Cecile, they think he's all cheating. Cecile's basically cheating at cricket. So the prefect of Greenhouse walks up to Cecile, looks at his hand, sees the fact it's covered in bruises, shows the fact that, yeah, they're not cheating. They're actually playing by the rules. And, well, Cecile points out, though, they're not breaking any rules, and everybody can tell they're not breaking rules. The crowd might see that, but in actuality, no, they're not. They say they're not breaking rules. I actually don't know, because I've never played cricket. I've never actually, aside from this is actually the first series. Technically, this also has happened in Doctor Who, one episode where the Fifth Doctor played cricket for an episode. Well, to me, it looks like a British version of baseball. So, and then, of course, Blue House wins. Now celebrating, and that's the episode. Yep, and it was like most of the way through chapter 80, basically at this point in time. Yep, that's basically this one. So we have roughly about 4.25 chapters left to go for this arc. Yeah, not much. And I do mean not much left. And also for this whole season, we have roughly 4 more episodes. And based upon a look at the calendar, is that this season that we finished up at the first week of July. Yes, the next season will appear in October, but my guess is probably going to appear right away. Yeah, and this is definitely one of the anime right now where it's getting pretty close. Like we're like a little over halfway through the season so far, and we're already almost wrapped up. And look at the calendar, and look at basically some episodes, some shows basically I've left. Like aside from Martial Magic and Muscles, there is exactly about 200 anime gonna finish this month. Excuse me, and based on the calendar, they got finished the same week, and that's Remonster and In Our Steven's Dilemma: How to Love Your Elf Bride. Those two are the ones I can think of. They're getting really close to finished up. They'll both finish for the end of the month, and they're the only or two that finish by the end of the month. And by the end of July, most of the anime I watch right now will be all gone, like all finished. And here's by sheer coincidence: Konosuba will be finished up the same week as this one. Yep, the same exact week. Mm-hmm. You want proof of that? I'm going to talk about New Chad's manga. Don't worry about that. Yeah, basically, well, in the case of My Hero, as of right now, we are 3 episodes into a 21 episode season, so we have exactly 18 to go. For Demon Slayer, I've heard something that's going to be 8 episodes, but I have no confirmation. But apparently, there's not much confirmation related to that. Konosuba, this along with Black Butler are basically 7 episodes into the current season, and they have 4 left to go. The whole thing with in another world, chilling the world of cheap powers. Yes, this one's also 7 episodes in, but this actually has 5 episodes left to go, not 4. In the case of Miss Steam Academy, this is roughly 9 left. And Our Steam's Dilemma currently has 9 in, and we're basically with 3 left for that one. Case closed, no end date for that one. In the case of Mashuka Tensei, I think this will be finished up roughly around the same period of time. Yes. Yeah, I'd actually no. This will actually be finished up by the end of this month. Yes, because there'll be episodes airing tomorrow, and then it's gonna be 3 more episodes after that one. So that's not gonna finish this month because we're 8 episodes in. So my guess is by the end of this month we're gonna finish that one. One Piece, no ending for that one. Remonster, that'll be ending by June 17th. In the case of That Time Crisis Slime, we're roughly 8 episodes in right now. We have exactly about 16 left. And last but not least, we also have Tushimonchi Moonlit Fantasy. We are 20 episodes into a 25 episode season. This one's got 5 to go. This will be finished up 1 week after Mashuko Tensei. I would say just after these following seasons. They'll be finished up after these following ones: Mashuko Tensei, Our Steam I Love You Elf Bride, Black Belt and Konosuba, and I would say presumably a week after that one. Well, from my best recollection, that one we finished the same week as Showing All World Love with 2 Powers, yes, because they both have 5 episodes left to go, so these two we finished the same week, which will be the first week of July. Yes. Like, basically July 1st is when we finished up for those two. That's where Slime, based on the release dates that we're based on, I'm just calculating this. This will finish up to like September, October. Remonster, of course, finished by June 17th. Mashuka Tensei at the end of this month. Case Goes One Piece, no end date for those two, because it's still airing. How to Love You Elf Bride, since that airs on Tuesdays. This will finish up by June 27th. In the case of Best Demon Academy, this probably will finish up until like September. This one. Love to Cheap Powers. This one, look at the calendar. This will finish by the second week of November. This one, along with Konosuba, first week of November. And that's it for that one. But that's based upon like how many episodes to go and how many more weeks they have to go for these ones. That's just my best estimation. If anybody thinks I'm incorrect when it comes to that, please feel free to think I'm basically wrong, though I think I'm correct on this part. So, I did not talk about this last month, but here we go. We're going to be discussing the two most recent chapters released for Black Butler. First up is chapter 211, That Butler Dressed for Travel. And this is, I think this is just after the, after, I think it's, the whole thing with Doll finding out that when Snake finds out Doll's alive, so basically their group basically is escaping. One member gets shot by the maids. They all escape in the water. It's in the back of the drowned. Balkan Jason basically has got a super strength, and of course he basically busts out. And then he gets out and he's saved by Sebastian and Cecile. Actually, he saves them. Oh, Finney. His name's Finney. Sorry about that. Finney. Yeah, then basically everybody's zipping it out. They go to the master, and of course they go to the windmill. And then we see, it looks like Sebastian put the suit back on. And then of course, basically, all your things have arrived. And of course he gets dressed. And then we move on to basically Cecile, basically his little thing, where him and Cecile put on the regular clothes again, first time in quite a while. Yep, he's now Earl Phantom Hive. He's dressed, and basically we're moving on from Finney's story. Now we're back to Cecile again. So we move on to chapter 212, That Butler heading south, where Cecile and Sebastian are riding on a train to south. And Sebastian's like, young master, how about taking your breakfast in the dining car? You haven't eaten so last night. And Cecile's like, I'm wanted by the police. You think if you two have a leisurely meal in the dining car? Of course not. Not to mention a criminal would be so bold. It's absurd. There are passengers in the crew. You have a point. And they proceed to have breakfast. Well, Cecile does. Sebastian doesn't eat anything at all. All he wants is Cecile's soul. Yeah, which is something basically that's been hinted at here and there. He really wants to eat Cecile's soul. But the thing is, it's like basically either the writer has forgotten about that particular plot point, or that has been basically just been shoved to the side. And mostly put, we just have it where Cecile and Sebastian catch everybody's basically activities over the course of the last many chapters. That's mostly put basically they're catching up with like everything, like the whole thing with Baldo and Lau, Mayrin and Ray Mao, and of course pretty much everybody. We're pretty much catching up with everybody. And the whole thing with Snake, it's mostly put just a recap of the last like 30-40 chapters or more. Depends on how basically we're on this arc for it. And then basically it says we're going to reach Brington, and that's pretty much the chapters in a nutshell. Yes. And if you're really curious, basically when it comes to this particular arc, like, here's an obvious question. How long has the Blue Revenge arc been going on for? Which is the current arc. This arc is going on for 5 years, and there's already 150 chapters in. Yeah, I'd say pretty much basically for this whole entire arc, that basically just yeah, pretty much in a way, this is just a recap of this whole arc so far. Sadly put, we've only had one death. We actually had Snake's death be confirmed, and the whole thing with 211, it's basically in a way conclusions to the Finn and Snake arc. Mm-hmm. And then pretty much basically like this chapter here, it's just a recap. Yeah, and this definitely is the most recent chapter that came out, chapter 212, because the next chapter is not been released just yet. Nope. Uh, this chapter was only released basically just barely a month ago. Do I think that possibly they're going to release next chapter? Uh, let's see. 17 was last time, so let me take a look here about that one. What is the next chapter coming out? Let's see, 17th here. 17th is a Friday, so I'm guessing, and this is my personal guess anyways, it's probably going to be I'd say I'm thinking next week. Yes, I'm thinking next week is probably when yeah, I'm thinking probably next week is when they release next chapter, which that's probably when I'm going to basically review the next chapter. That's my guess anyways, but yeah. So that's pretty much it for Stickler Review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit dislike button. Tomorrow I got 5 anime to worry about, which fine. Some of it won't take me very long. Yes, I have also a stream tomorrow too. So, by the way, 5 anime. Aside from Case Closed, you have One Piece, My Hero Academia, Michiko Tensei, and Demon Slayer. Do I think I might get all of them tomorrow? Maybe. It just depends. But I would watch it, but I'd rather not. Because, well, one thing, I'm not getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow or 6:30. It is basically 8 o'clock. Then you're probably thinking, why don't you just do it? I'd rather not. It's just late. So, I will see you all tomorrow. Okay? Thanks, Theo. Bye.